They say, "We didn't cross the border crossed us." Let me show you the historical map that proves why, and they never taught you this in school. In 1836, Texas was part of Mexico. In 1846, the U.S. invaded Mexico in what's called the Mexican-American War. By 1848, the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo ended the war with Mexico surrendering 55% of its territory. California, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, and parts of Colorado, Wyoming, Kansas, and Oklahoma. That's 525,000 square miles of land. America paid $15 million, about $28 per square mile. Historians debate whether this was a fair purchase or acquisition through military force after invasion. Here's what they don't teach. The Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo included promises that Mexicans living in that territory could keep their land, their language, their culture, and become American citizens with full rights. Historical records show these promises were systematically broken. Land was taken from Mexican families through legal challenges. Spanish was restricted in schools. Land deeds disappeared or were invalidated. Mexican Americans became second-class citizens in territory that had been theirs. The border didn't just cross them, it fundamentally changed their legal status overnight. Here's what's remarkable. Mexican families have been in California, Texas, and New Mexico for 400 years. They were there before the United States even existed as a nation. Spanish colonizers founded settlements in New Mexico in 1598 before Jamestown, before Plymouth Rock. So when people say, "Go back to Mexico" to families in the Southwest, they're talking to people whose ancestors were there for centuries before it became U.S. territory. The land didn't move, the political boundaries did. And immigration laws? Historical context shows they changed dramatically over time. Before 1965, there were few restrictions on Mexican immigration because American industries actively recruited Mexican labor for agriculture. After 1965, when Mexican workers began organizing for better wages and rights, restrictions increased significantly. People whose families had crossed freely for generations suddenly needed documentation. The policies shifted, but the people and their connection to the land remained constant. So when we talk about borders and immigration, remember, this territory was Mexico 176 years ago. That's within great-great-grandparent memory. Geography didn't change, politics did. Save this to learn history they don't teach? Follow for more educational content? Comment how long your family has been in the Southwest?